watch
How?
this?
How?
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 How? Ew,
How do you watch this? Dude, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Hi, you're listening to How Do You Watch This, a movie review podcast where each week we recommend a movie in the genre we love, but they don't. My name is Demi and I love horror.
My name is Megan and I love romance.
And this week I had Megan watch the movie musical Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. It's the full
Yes.
title.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Fun fact, didn't realize that was the full title.
Mm-hmm.
And watching the movie, Travis is sitting next to me, we're watching it, and I'm taking my notes, and okay, what's going on? And then we suddenly realize that, like, the man who gets called Mr. Todd, Travis is like, he's Sweeney Todd? I thought it was Johnny Depp. We're, like, looking at this man, I'm like, what the hell? It's an early 2000s movie, like, 2000, I was like, I know it's early 2000s. So I'm looking, like 2006. I was like, he has to be. Maybe he's a different role. Maybe there's something else going on.
You guys did not recognize Johnny Depp? He looks exactly like Johnny Depp.
No. We put the wrong movie on.
Is there another one?
Yeah, there was one that there was a made for TV movie, Sweeney Todd, that was released the year before. Travis has said to me, "Are you sure this is the right movie?" I looked it up. It was the wrong movie. I was like, "Thank God you were here. How long would I watch this for?"
Oh my God, that is so funny. And now I have to look it up.
Yeah, it's 2006. The lead guy, Ray Winstone, is Sweeney Todd. He does not look.
And this probably isn't a musical, right? It's just an adaptation, a BBC adaptation.
Yeah, I was waiting for music. There was no singing. There's none of it. I was like, "What is going on? Where is the joy?" It was wrong movie. So spent solid 10 minutes. Yeah,
I was like, man, I feel like Johnny Depp's pretty.
Yeah. Could you imagine if I didn't recognize him again? Again, that would have been a mess. No, it was literally immediately obvious when the next one played and the DreamWorks starts, and I was like,
yeah,
okay,
this is correct.
Yeah, this is the one. If there was organ music, we knew. And then Travis and I were both like, how did this come out a year later? And it wasn't until like right before we start recording that I realized it was a made for TV, like one of those situations. Whatever. So it opens and it's like super obviously a Tim Burton film.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah, okay. Here we are.
Oh my God.
2007 instead of 2006, 2007, rated R. Length 1 hour, 56 minutes. It is a slasher horror, in my opinion. Tim Burton.
Musical.
All right. Musical, slasher horror, slasher musical, new genre. Okay, so we open. We've got our intro and gave some spoilers along the way, as a lot of Burton's intros do. I feel like they either give the prequel to what you're about, like what happened before what you're watching, or it gives like a little bit of a hint of what's about to happen. And so I'm watching the intro and I was like, they're gonna resort to cannibalism. So we're gonna they might resort to cannibalism, but I was like,
I think most people in London at that time probably did.
I hope not.
The way they looked.
So a boat comes in to London and they're singing and there's gonna be a lot of singing I'm going to skip over because I'm not going to go over everything they're singing about because it's in the way of any musical. There's the carry through of the various verses, which just gets me every time when they do a reprise and I'm like, yes, I know that one. So essentially it's this young man named Anthony and a older man named Johnny Depp. No, it's Johnny Depp playing Sweeney Todd. And they're singing about London and Anthony's like, there's no place like London. It's amazing. It's the best. I'm so glad to be home. And Johnny Depp's like, there's no place like London. It's the worst. The worst of the worst is here. So he's very jaded. He tells the story of how he was married. And, we go from the classic Burton-esque blues and gloom. And it like brightens up to a very warm scene of him with his beautiful wife and their beautiful baby. And I'm like, Johnny, I love you. He's a prince. And then comes Alan Rickman.
Alan, I love him in this movie, by the way.
Dude, I was not expecting him to be
There's a cast in this movie.
There is a cast. It was impressive. So he's the judge, and he basically imprisons the barber being Sweeney Todd on false charges because he has eyes for the wife and he wants to steal her away. So he puts Sweeney Todd on a boat so that he can live out the rest of his life, his single life, as a boatman as punishment. So it's pretty sad backstory. And he doesn't know where his wife is, if she's still alive. He doesn't know if his daughter's still out there or what the situation is. He ends up going to where he used to live, which is right above a pie shop called Lovett's. And it turns out that no one's been buying her pies because they're the worst pies in London. They're disgusting.
Quoted by her.
Yep.
And it's true.
She said she basically can't get any meat to put in her pies. The local competition is using cats. The local competition is going out collecting cats and putting them in her pies so that she has meat for her pies. It's also disgustingly dirty in there. She is not cleanly. You're like, do not eat those pies. You're in danger.
I mean, this is typical Europe at that time.
There's
I guess.
no health code.
No one's bathing. Black plague is looks like it is fucking infested. It's gross. It's amazing people were alive in that time.
Yeah, it really is. So she sings about the barber who lived there, whose name we learn was Benjamin Barker. So that's Sweeney Todd's OG name. He was Benjamin Barker. And she continues the story, basically saying after, this stuff happened, the wife was alone. She was sad. The judge invited her over to his house. He had this masked ball and took advantage of her, which is really sad. She was devastated. The wife, having undergone such a traumatic event, and she poisoned herself, and now the judge has the daughter. So, of course, that's devastating for Todd to learn. He finds out all of a sudden that this woman that he has been pining after and hoping and praying would be there for him is actually gone. He believes that, he may never see his daughter again, and he wants revenge. Scene change. Then we have Todd's friend from the beginning, Anthony. He sits beneath a window, and lo and behold, that window is the window of Joanna, who is the ward of the judge, aka Sweeney Todd's daughter. She's beautiful. She has yellow hair, which they sing about. It's love at first sight.
Yep.
They are instantly attracted to one another. There's this old woman outside who is begging for alms, and Anthony gives her some money, which is really nice of him. And she warns Anthony about the judge. She's like, he's gonna whoop ya. Then the judge looks out, he sees Anthony, he's like, come on in, son. Like, let's go. Guess what? I have all these books with sexy drawings in them. You want to see? And Anthony's like, no.
The judge is such a creep, dude.
Such a creep. And Anthony's like, pass. And the judge is like, I think that I know what's going on here. And then you gandered at Joanna. And then they beat him up and basically were like, never come back or you'll be dead. Yeah. And by they, I mean the judge and his little minion beetle.
Yeah.
So
both Harry Potter movie alums.
Yes, I know. Helena. I saw that guy and I was like, Harry Potter.
And Anthony and Johnny Depp all were in Harry Potter movies. So.
Oh my God. That's impressive. That's impressive.
It is. Yeah, because I was like, Anthony, he played Grindelwald in a flashback in one of the movies. And then Johnny Depp plays Grindelwald again, but in the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Oh, I was gonna say, and I didn't want to sound uncultured. I was like, I don't remember Johnny Depp being in the movies, but it's because I haven't seen the Fantastic Beasts one. So, okay. Yeah. All right. Thank God. All right. So Johnny. Sorry. Yeah. It's also like calling him just Todd does not like suit
Sweeney.
The character. Sweeney, our boy Sweeney. He's told by Mrs. Lovett that there's an Italian barber who is getting everyone's attention. So they go, they see the Italian barber. there's this little boy out front who is singing about this elixir that's going to grow your hair. And he's like showing off his hair and how it's grown. And then Sacha Baron Cohen comes out. She's like, oh my God.
Such a character.
Such a character. Helena
Bonham Carter.
Yeah, she is basically the opposite of Johnny in like every Tim Burton film.
Right. And it's funny because so Tim, when he wanted to do this movie, he was like, I'm going to do it with Johnny Depp no matter what.
Yeah.
And so the creator of the Broadway, whose name is Stephen Sondheim, I think. He was like very picky about people adapting this, but he liked Tim Burton's vision and he heard Johnny sing because he was worried that Johnny would be too rock because he was like in a rock band and stuff, but he liked his voice, so he approved it. But Helena had to audition because she was dating at the time Tim Burton and didn't want it to seem like he was just picking her. Yeah. So she auditioned and Stephen really liked her. And I do really like her in the role as well. So
yeah, she did a great job. So the Italian barber's name is Pirelli, and he and Todd go head to head. They have a shave off, and Pirelli is just bombastic. He's sharing how amazing he is, blah, 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 blah. And he keeps pausing whilst shaving to sing more. And the majority of the time he's singing, it's just Sweeney Todd, like, sharpening his blades. And then in 3 seconds flat, he shaves a man's face and he wins. And Pirelli, obviously, is not super happy about that. Okay, so then we get the judge being a super ick monster because he is pulling off already a very sexualized like painting off the wall to look through a peephole at Joanna. I hated it. And he watches as she throws a key down below to Anthony because of course she wants to escape. And part of me is like, did she like him because she likes the way he looks, or was she like, get me out of here?
It could be a little of both, you know?
Yep. Two things can be true.
Yeah.
So then scene change again, and it's Todd and Lovett talking, and he's really impatient because he promised Beetle to give him a free shave if he would come around because he's planning on killing him as he shaves him. And Lovett's talking and trying to convince him to be patient. And I'm like staring at her face and I was like, man, Tim Burton would really love my under eye circles. He would have just been like, you goddess. And I could have gotten any role.
Yeah, how, you know, when you audition, do you come with the eye bags or
right? BYOB, bring your own bags. So Anthony ends up showing up to the barber and he wants help with Joanna. And then the next logical conclusion is that Lovett's like, well, he's gonna bring Joanna here, so you'll have Joanna, and then you just kill Annie because you don't need him around, and that'll get rid of your like thirst for blood, which is unbelievable to make that jump. I was like, dude, if he is saving her life, why can't you just let whatever? Doesn't matter. It's not about happiness. So Pirelli shows up and he's like, I know you're Benjamin Barker. You are the barber that I apprenticed with as a child, and now I'm gonna extort you, blah 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 blah. So meanwhile, like the little boy who he has been abusing as part of his act is down with Lovett. She's distracting him with her disgusting pies. Yeah. And
Toby's like, oh, nice. It's like, oh, I think it's the only one I like actually eats the pies.
Yeah, seriously. So Sweeney Todd is like, no, you're not going to threaten me, and kills him with a kettle and then throws him in whatever. It's just like he kills him. I'm not going to go into details about it. And then
it's violent. He puts him in a trunk.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Then we see another scene showing just how bad the judge is. He's so evil, he sentences a little boy to death by hanging.
That scene, like, is so sad, but it's so funny the way it cuts. It's just,
dude, just this little boy.
This little child.
God, it's like such a bummer. And yeah, I was like, as it was happening, I was like, this is going to be something ridiculous. It's going to be like a kid or something. And then it was a kid.
Oh my God.
My God.
It's so messed up.
So messed up. This is disgusting. Then afterwards, the judge is talking to Beetle and he's saying how he's decided he's going to marry Joanna. And Beetle's like, listen, I know a guy, you should get a nice little shave and get spiffed up for the girl. So the judge shows up to the barber, and as he's getting shaved, he's like trying to take his time to like savor the kill as Lovett had suggested. And because he's taking his time, all of a sudden Anthony barges in and starts loudly sharing his plan about how he's going to save Joanna and bring her there. And then the judge is like, fool me once, like whatever. He just gets
you
all
little
mad.
bitch.
Yeah, how dare you? So now Todd is like furious. He basically said every single person in London deserves to die.
Yeah, it's like a whole montage song.
It's like a whole song about how everyone deserves to die. And then we get into the song that it was nice to finally see in the movie and not just like clips of it, but seems an awful shame.
Oh.
They start thinking about it being a shame to, waste all of that human meat. And they basically come up with a business plan together. He's going to kill bodies, get out his anger. She's going to cook them into pies, and they're going to be successful that way.
Seems reasonable to me.
Yeah. I mean,
gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
At this point, I wasn't even mad. I wasn't upset. I wasn't mad. I was like, it's not great. It's not great. Don't love it, but okay. So Joanna's caught by the judge packing, and he relocates her to Bedlam because, of course, he does. And he basically revamps the barber chair to make like a straight shot from murder to shoot down into the basement where you're going to get chopped up and baked into pies. So this is the one thing that I really didn't like about the movie. I cannot watch the slitting of the throats. Really gets me.
It's graphic, yeah. And
it's really
not just the slitting, but when they slide the bodies down and just land on their heads.
Oh, like always on their heads. They land and it's like a rag doll crumbling. Yeah. Didn't like that bit. I already have such an issue with like straight razors. Like I get it, but also I remember watching one of the James Bond movies for like a long time ago, and it's like the opening scene was like him getting shaved by this woman, and it was like the sensual scene or whatever, and I was like, oh my god.
It makes me nervous, and I wonder if this movie had to do with like my nervousness with the razors in movies, because I'm just like, ooh, like don't do that. The thing is, I love both scenes. So the scene where he's just killing people and it's graphic, he's singing about Joanna, and it's like a duet with Anthony. And I love that song. I think it's so beautiful, and I love the way they harmonize, but it's just overlaid the worst shit ever. It's just like hard to watch, and I know like that's the purpose, but it's like such a good song. And then when the judge first came by and they're singing about pretty women, and the whole scene, you're just like waiting for him to just cut his throat, and it's just tension. And I love that scene too, because the song is also great, and I love both of them singing together, and it's just like, oh, is he gonna do it? Dude, like, is he already gonna kill the judge?
God, it really gets you on the edge of your seat where you're like, what's gonna happen? Like, what is going to happen? So terrifying. Okay. So then the homeless woman from before is outside, and she's singing basically that something is off. The city's on fire. There's mischief.
Sign of the devil, city on fire.
So good. But she's like, she's obviously not fully coherent. She's a little bit like out of it, but she's noticing the smoke coming out of the chimney of Lovett. She notices it smells really bad, and she's like, there's something fishy going on here, basically. And Lovett is like, if it was me and this lady is nosing around and acting up, guess what I'm gonna do? Give her a bunch of free meat pies.
Yeah. Keep her out, Here,
butter
take
her
some
up.
pies.
Here you go. Oh, there's more where this came from. Then it's the scene that Demi just talked about with the graphic killing. The meat pies popping off. Everyone wants some meat pies. I hate it. I can't imagine. What a devastating thing. Because, like, in that time in London, there's no Yelp. There's no way to know what they're doing. Right. You're just like, wow, it smells great.
These are meaty pies.
Yeah. I mean, like, for sure, I would have ended up going there to be like, cheap meat pies. Great.
Yeah. It's a win for vegetarians at the time.
If
you could live as a vegetarian, you probably couldn't.
I know, could you? You literally would just probably be eating like spackle off the wall.
Yeah, literally no fresh vegetables, maybe potatoes, maybe.
Yes. Well, the next scene is we get a little bit more color. It's like our first kind of pop of color with the modern take of like Sweeney and love it and everything. They're in a field, so they're not like in true London, which I think is why we get the color. And she's kind of telling her dream, what she would like. She wants to go to the sea. She wants to marry him and like have their life there. This scene is so funny because in every scene, Johnny is just like this depressed, like lump, just like staring down. I loved it. And it was at this point, I was like, what? Like, he's reminding me of someone. Like, what is it? One of his characters, one of his roles that he's reminding me of. Trying to think. And it hit me. And I was like, oh, he's reminding me of Frankenstein's monster in Lisa Frankenstein. The way that Cole Sprouse played him really reminds me of the way that Sweeney, that Depp played Sweeney Todd. So he has to have been inspired by Depp's performance, because I was like, this is
so. Johnny Depp sees this character as like a relative of Edward Scissorhands, so he kind of played it a little similar in style. I know you haven't seen the movie, but for others who are cultured.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure that would make sense. Fair enough. So our next scene is Lovett telling Sweeney Todd that he needs to let go of the past and move on. He's so focused on everything that has happened. He needs to move on with his life, which she's not entirely wrong with. But at the same time, not also fully true. First of all, his daughter is dropped in Bedlam.
Yeah.
And horrible things happen to him, and he needs to emotionally process them. I think he should do it not by murdering people, but whatever.
I would have killed the judge.
Yeah.
I would have killed just him. I don't think I would have gone a full killing spree. Like, that was like too much.
Yeah.
But just the judge, get my daughter free.
Yes. I can understand that. For what he did he sexually assaulted his wife. He took the daughter, all of that stuff.
He's still married a daughter now.
I can understand it. I can understand. He also put him on a ship for 15 years of his life without any reason. So yeah, I could understand him having rage towards the judge. Towards everyone else,
yeah, they're like, oh, it's just strangers. I'm like, are they?
Right.
I mean,
I guess people
don't have cell phones, so
yeah. So Anthony, finds out where Joanna is, and they come up with a plan. He's going to pretend to be a wig maker to go in and get the hair and bring Joanna back. And Todd's like, this is his opportunity to get back the judge. So he writes a letter to the judge, and he tells him, "What up, boy? Come here. I got Joanna for you."
Yeah.
He's such a. So the boy comes back from this, and he's like scared. Like the boy Toby, who has been like helping out around the shop with Mrs. Lovett and stuff. He's definitely scared of Todd, and he ends up telling Mrs. Lovett about how he's always going to protect her, and that there's demons prowling about, and she'll always be safe with him, which is so sweet.
Yeah.
And then he sees her coin purse, and he knows that was Pirelli's, and he's like, I don't trust Mr. Todd. I think that he did something to Pirelli. Like, I think he's dangerous. Like, we need to go to Beetle and tell him. And she just starts singing to him to soothe him. And she's just like, nothing's going to happen to you. I'm here for you, whatever. And like, she's getting emotional, obviously. And then is my deleted scene.
Oh, I'm surprised.
You're surprised this is my deleted scene? I'll explain why. She says, like, I know you've always wanted to come and like help me in the bakehouse. Let's go. And they go down into the basement, and she locks him in basically because she is going to kill him because he doesn't trust Todd, which means that like their whole business is at risk, which is not like how I feel like she should have approached the situation. No. But like, get the boy in on the biz, whatever.
Yeah. Try
that first. He's indebted to you, and he loves you, and you love him. So anyway, so
it just shows that Mrs. Lovett is just like
selfish.
She only cares about Todd.
Yeah, she's not a good person. She's so into Todd, and like she's clearly been in love with him for a very long time, and it's just ectastic, not great. And this is my deleted scene because that poor boy, he is being so vulnerable and so sweet, and she is just rubbing his face in the dirt, which is just so sad. So Anthony gets Joanna and sicks all the girls in Bedlam on the leader, which fair enough, dude. That was great. Beetle ends up showing up to the barbershop. He is like, we've had complaints about the chimney. I'm going to go downstairs and like check things out. And Todd convinces him to come upstairs and get a shave and obviously kills him. Then the poor boy finds a fingernail in his pie.
Yeah. Right before a body like drops down and it's like,
right.
Ugh.
This poor kid, he sees Beetle fall and like the trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So then Todd and Lovett go downstairs to find Toby, and they don't see him. At the same time, Joanna and Anthony show up, and she is hiding in the third floor, not the third floor, like the barbershop area. And he says to her, no one's going to recognize you because her like hair is tucked up. And I was like, oh my God, she's going to get murdered. He's going to murder her. He's going to murder his own daughter. And I was just, the amount of dread I had in my body at this point, I was like, oh my God, please just not her. Not her, not Toby. Let the youths live.
Right.
So Anthony runs off to get a coach. The old woman from before shows up. She's in the barbershop, and Todd comes in, and Joanna's hiding at this point, and Todd kills the woman because she is suspicious of him, and he dumps her body.
And the judge was like coming up the steps, so he
right,
was like,
the judge was going to be there any second.
Sorry, bitch.
Yeah. So the judge shows up. He ends up killing the judge. Of course, finally that happens, and then he sees that Joanna is hiding in the room, and he almost kills her, and then he hears screaming, and he's like, forget my face, which I'm surprised that he didn't just like slit her throat and be done with it. He's just like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Forget you've ever seen me. And he went downstairs and sees Lovett, and apparently the judge hadn't been fully dead yet, so she had to kind of like kill him, but somehow. So then she sees this other body, and she starts dragging the body of the old woman away to try to put her in the fire. And Todd's like, oh, I got this. Like, no worries. And she's like, no, I got it. And he's like, no, like, I'll do it. So he goes up and he looks at her face, and all of a sudden he recognizes her, and he realizes that was his wife. My most memorable scene. That actually, I was surprised. I wasn't expecting it.
I was wondering if you'd get it, because I didn't get it when I first watched it. But yeah.
No, that was like a really horrible twist.
Yeah.
So he basically killed her, and he's asking Lovett about, he's like, what? Like, you told me she poisoned herself. And she was like, yeah, she did poison herself. But when she poisoned herself, she went mad, and she was never the same. And she ended up being a mad woman on the streets and was like not well. And she was like, I wanted to protect you because I didn't want you to be so sad when you found out. Like, no, you wanted him for yourself, you selfish lady.
Yeah. Because, she said she poisoned herself. And Sweeney was like, you said she died. She was like, technically I did it. It's like, you bitch, dude.
Such an asshole. So she's like, can you ever forgive me? Can we still get married? Blah, 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 blah. Obsession. So crazy. And then Todd's like, yeah, you bet. I can let go of the past, just like you said. And they're dancing, and then he like shoves her into the oven. She goes up in flames. He closes the door. He's like mourning his wife. He's like, looking down at her. And the little boy comes out from his hiding hole, and he kills Todd with the blade. And movie ends. That's it. That's all we know. That's all we know.
Crazy movie. I think now that I think about it, I think maybe he didn't kill Joanna because he already killed the judge. So I wonder if he's like, I got who I got.
Like, satisfied himself.
Yeah, and he was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna let this fucking kid go. Whereas the wife, the judge was coming up, and he had to do something quickly to kind of get rid of her. Unfortunately, because before he did that, she was like, oh, don't I know you? Looking at him. Awful. It's such a depressing movie.
So bummer, dude. I know. That's why my rating for this is going to come from a place of rating it on merit. So I'm going to rate it on merit and not on my feelings, because it would be very different.
I mean, it's karma, I guess. He was just murdering people, and they were putting those people into pies, and people were eating it.
Like, they weren't good people. I didn't need them to have like a happy ending, but I needed the innocent ones too.
Which they did.
Toby and Joanna and Anthony all live. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
But
they live, so it's...
But you know they're going to be haunted. Like, there's even a comment made. Joanna's like talking to Anthony. Anthony's like, well, we'll leave here and you'll never think about any of this bad stuff again. And she was like, that's not how trauma works.
Right. And like, Anthony, has he ever realized that Sweeney's the father of Joanna? I forget. Okay.
No, he definitely doesn't.
So, you know, she'll never really know the truth, which is probably for the best. But yeah, that's just like a lot.
Imagine?
Yeah. You know, poor girl grew up.
Yeah.
With the
yeah, not great. Not great.
We'll see the life they lead, and you know, hopefully they're not super poor and on the streets.
Yeah,
the whole
time,
I
know. I mean, I think that Anthony can make. He was a sailor. He probably knows how to make a little bit of money, but I don't know that little boy Toby. I mean, he was in the workhouse before then.
He's probably going to be back in the workhouse. Poor baby.
I hope he stole some money before.
Yeah, that would be smart. You know, I mean, maybe he'll take some money, kind of sneak off into the sewers.
Yeah,
and
I hope so.
Get out, little baby Toby.
Yeah.
I love him.
No,
he's such a good voice.
So sweet.
Yeah. Toby, apparently, in the musical, he's not a kid. He's usually depicted as an adult with like a mental disability.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
I'm glad they went with the kid.
Yeah, I think it's better they went with a kid. And I really liked Toby. I think he had a great voice. The actor is really, really talented. So, and you know, it passes any potential.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, you don't have to worry about
errors,
how it's like, going to
sensitivities,
age.
Right.
Yeah. So main character, I am not basing this on the beauty of Johnny Depp. I am basing this on the character, and I'm not into murderers.
I mean, even like looks, like he's like handsome, but it's not doing it for me. You know,
no, it's not. The sideburns are sideburning. They, you know,
and he's just like he just looks pale and sickly
and sad. He just seems sad. Like no one wants that. Like when freaking like Lovett is talking about, you know, her rumpled sheets and them like getting it on and stuff, and I'm like, man, this man has the passion of a dead fish. Yeah. He is
not getting anything from him. No.
When they have like in her dream of them kissing, like even then he's like.
Right. I mean, this man is depressed.
He's depressed. He loves his wife, who he has lost, and he has zero interest in you, girlfriend. Villain. I mean, we could say it's Todd. We could also say it's Alan Rickman. And either way, it's going to be no, because I'm not into groomers. That's gross. Yep. Alan Rickman looks great.
I love him.
His voice is great. All those love him. No, we don't do that to people. No, absolutely not. My survival chance, I'm ranking myself somewhat higher because I wouldn't be in this predicament. I would not bake people into pies. I don't care how desperate I am. I will whatever.
You're a woman. You're not going to go up to the barber shop.
Exactly. I'm not going to get a shave. I'm going to pluck my hairs like a lady. I'm
if you were a beggar woman or if you were suspicious, if you cared that much, maybe, but
right. I think I'm like pretty good. So I gave myself an 8. I wanted to do even 9, but I was like, you know what, good. You never know. Maybe I was nosy. Maybe I'm nosy.
Maybe,
I don't think so. I think more likely I would die from food poisoning because
anything else would have killed me at that time.
Yeah. I would have been dead like long ago. Just like something would have scratched me on the road. So I would recommend. I think it's worth watching. It was a good movie. My personal feelings, how I feel about this is I would not rewatch this.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I would listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I think it's a good film. I think everyone did a great job. It was a bummer. Bummer City. It was sad. And it was a little too bloody. Like it was too bloody, and I don't like straight razors. Yeah. So personally, my rating for it would not be the rating that I gave it. So I gave it a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, I feel like probably still ranking it a little bit with some bias as a romance lover. So as a romance lover, it was still a little bit too gory for me. Yeah. But everything was great. It was done super well, et cetera, et cetera. It's just that like personal taste wise, it wouldn't be in the rewatchable numbers for me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a very fair rating. I'd probably give it like 4.2. I think it's a very good adaptation. I have not seen the Broadway production. I
Right.
really wanted to see the newest of Running with Josh Groban as Sweeney and Jordan Fisher as Anthony. It would have been amazing. You can listen to the soundtrack, really good, but it would have been so cool to see that.
That wasn't really good.
But I think it's good still. It is very bloody. It's a violent film. Even like I've seen it a few times, and it's just like every time I'm just like, ugh, and it's a bummer every time because you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just like, ugh, like it sucks. Like I wish things were different.
Yes.
If only you waited a second, you motherfucker.
Yes.
But I think the casting was good. I think Johnny Depp was good. I think his vocals were a little weak for.
I agree. I thought the same thing. As I was listening, I was just like, not like, listen, he played the role super well, but they definitely could have found someone who would have had the range necessary.
Yeah. It's giving like Gerard Butler and Phantom where you watch it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I like this. And then you listen like to other renditions. You're like, oh, okay, like I get it. Could have been stronger.
Yes.
But
100%.
it works. It works for what it is. But yeah, so I think it's good. It's a good musical and it has good ratings. I think overall people liked it and was a good adaptation of the play.
Okay.
But yeah, I would love to see the play.
I would love. I mean, I feel like I would. I probably wouldn't. I would probably rate the play higher because I would not get a full face of blood. Watching it.
I doubt it would be as gory. I'm sure it's graphic, but like not to that extent.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's a lot more songs, obviously, in the play. A lot of ensembles and stuff that were cut for the movie. And but I liked it. They were singing like almost every time they opened their mouth there was a song.
Everything was a song. It was great. I mean, it was good.
All right, so some facts. Sacha Baron Cohen, who played Pirelli, he sang the entire score of Fiddler on the Roof for his audition. And he has a fantastic voice. Like, it is so goofy seeing this man and like hearing his voice. And he has such a great voice. And everyone was like handpicked by the creator of
Did they have a high budget then?
I think so. I mean, it was Tim Burton, so he's got that money. And so Tim Burton insisted that the film be like bloody. So he said, the stage version doesn't obviously have a lot of blood and he feel like it robs of the power. So like for him, he feels like with Sweeney, the blood is more like an emotional release rather than like a literal thing. I guess.
Sure, if we're going to be artsy about it.
I guess. it is very graphic and I probably would have been fine with less blood.
Yeah.
So Anne Hathaway was almost cast as Joanna, which is really interesting. Because Joanna's supposed to be like 15 and the actress who played her was like 19 and they were already like, she might be a little too old.
Yeah.
Like, she was great. I love
she did such a good
casting.
job.
And Tim wanted someone like unknown for Joanna. So and then Anthony, I don't know if you recognize him, but he played Vecna in Stranger Things.
Oh, that's where he was from. I was like, his face was so familiar, and I could not put my finger on it. Okay,
but he's also a Broadway guy, so
is he? Okay, yeah.
He's great.
He did a great job. His voice was great.
I love his voice. Yeah, he's awesome. And it's funny when I watched it when I was younger, I was like, ew, he's so ugly. And then now as an adult, he looks so baby, and I'm like, oh, look at little baby. He's so cute.
I know.
How things change.
Oh, I know.
So this is the 7th collaboration at this time with Tim Burton and Johnny Depp, which is nuts.
What?
So I've seen all of these except one. I never heard of this one, but they did Edward Scissorhands, Ed Wood, which I never heard of Ed Wood. I don't know what that is. Sleepy Hollow, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Dark Shadows, and The Corpse Bride.
Wow. And then they do more together later on, right?
I don't know, actually.
Because I've seen half and half of those, by the way.
Yeah, Dark Shadows might have been like the last one.
Okay. I don't know. It just feels like they do. That's what I was looking at Tim Burton's filmography.
Oh, you know what? Alice in Wonderland, was Johnny Depp in that one? Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
He was the Mad Hatter.
Okay. Yes. I was surprised because I thought, and he had done a lot of stuff. Like Tim Burton has done a lot of stuff, but I don't know why I was thinking he has done more. Like,
I mean, he's done a lot.
He's done a lot. He has done a lot.
He's done a few Batman movies, Planet of the Apes, Mars Attacks, Frankenweenie. Did he make that or produce it? That was a good one, by the way.
He's producer on most, like
He's done a lot of producing, yeah.
Yes.
I think he's just like, all his movies just get really big. Yeah. Oh, Miss Peregrine's Home for Extraordinary Children.
I haven't seen that one.
Children. I didn't see
Okay.
either. I don't think Johnny Depp's in that one, but I think that's like one of his newest movies, like latest movies.
Okay.
Other than Beetlejuice, which sucked.
I haven't seen it yet, but
Don't watch it.
won't. Oh, he did Big Fish.
Yeah,
I love
Big Fish.
Big Fish was good. Mm-hmm.
So the play, it was originally just a play, not a musical, in 1973, just called Sweeney Todd, which is probably the BBC adaptation that you saw, just called Sweeney Todd. Written by Christopher Bond, and it's like same concept, but pretty much the wife ended up killing herself. And so then Stephen Sondheim and Hugh Wheeler took that and made it into a Broadway musical in 1979. So this is an old, this has been around for a while.
For a minute.
Yeah, for a hot minute.
And I have to, okay. So because I knew he was considered the demon barber of Fleet Street, this whole time I was waiting for the moment that we found out he was a demon. I was so excited. I was like, we're gonna find out he's evil. Like he's like, because I was like, what else is his reason? Like his thirst for blood. Like why does he have this?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I guess he just was like really mad.
Yeah, there's like ensembles that sing about him being like this demon, horrible person.
Yeah.
So that's like where it comes from.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just
evil. I was like,
devil.
I thought we were gonna get like a wasn't it like Meet Joe Black or whatever, where he's like a demon in a man's body? That's what I thought we were getting, but it was like for sure. I was like, when he was on a boat, he must have gotten possessed by a demon,
dude. I would love to see a rendition. Like he's now possessed. Yeah, he's out for revenge.
Yeah, that's where I thought we were going with things.
Yeah, I don't think I have other facts. I said the Harry Potter thing.
Yeah.
So not a ton of facts for this movie. I thought there'd be a lot more.
Interesting. I thought there would be, with it being a Broadway show, but we definitely need to see it at some point.
Yeah, I definitely. I hate that I missed out. I did
but
look around.
It's like so expensive.
It is.
It's like you have to be willing, like not just for one ticket. Like you have to buy. You're not going alone to a Broadway musical, so you're spending like a good $500, right? At this point.
Well, even like, right? We're looking into, what is it called? Not Roll20, 20-Sided Die Tavern, 20-Sided Tavern, and it's a D&D. Show, like play, and everyone like is a part of it. It's so cool, and they're gonna be in Philly, and the tickets are like $94 each person. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of money for a D&D show.
That's a lot of money.
I'm like, we'll skip. We'll go next time. But it's like it's crazy how expensive these things are.
I think that to be so expensive. It's rude.
I get it. They have to pay for performers, but like.
But what if we treated the arts like we did the NFL instead of the NFL like we treat the arts? Because let's fund it, and then it's free to watch, and then
that'd be great. I would love that.
Love musicals.
I know
so much. Speaking of musicals,
so you said you liked the soundtrack. Did you have a favorite song from the movie?
I don't know. There's like probably Joanna from the movie.
Yeah.
It like goes in my head a lot. But what was the one? There was one like really beady one. What was that?
The one where Mrs. Lovett sings about going to the shore, to the sea.
That might have been. Maybe that one. That one was really fun. What's your favorite?
I think I like Joanna as well. I like Pretty Women a lot. I think it was good. I like that song as well.
Yeah, I'm like about to start singing right now, which is nobody wants to hear, but
control yourself.
It's in my head. I'm gonna be walking around the house like Joanna, but I'm not. See, I didn't sing right there. You're welcome, everybody. But speaking of musicals, are you ready for me to give you your musical for next week?
Yes.
Which you already know because I already told you, but whatever.
Yes.
So I want to keep it. There's so many good musicals I could do, but we're in October, so I want to keep it spooky.
Okay. Yeah.
So the theme is not Tim Burton films, although you would think it was.
I mean, hey, I love Tim Burton films, so.
Yeah. So we're going with The Corpse Bride, which I haven't seen in a while. It's been a very long time.
Yeah. That was on repeat
Really?
24/7 for me. Like, I probably could reenact that whole movie.
No way,
I love that
really?
movie.
I've only seen it a few times. I mean, I enjoy all of Tim Burton's films, but they're not like, they leave me.
Yeah, there's a little. I think that's why I like them so much.
Yeah.
There's a little creepiness to them. So that Edward
Yeah.
Scissorhand, like, those are ones I watched a lot when I was younger. And they also had Johnny Depp. So my obsession, it goes hand in hand. Toxic.
Wait,
Tim Burton fed me.
Did Tim Burton not do Coraline?
No, he did not.
Who the
He
fuck
did. So he technically didn't do Nightmare Before Christmas. That was the same guy who did Coraline.
What?
And it gets confused a lot because Tim Burton, I think, produced, but it's
got the vibe
Henry
of him.
Selick. Tim Burton did, I think, okay, it says he did story, but the director is Henry Selick.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
Henry Selick did Coraline, James and the Giant Peach, those movies. So
wow, okay. Wow, I'm surprised. I don't know why I was like very convinced.
Yeah, I mean it's giving Tim Burton, but it's a different director.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, we have The Corpse Bride, which is a Tim Burton and Mike Johnson as well. So it's a double. So it's basically the story of this groom who is really shy and he's about to say his vows. So he goes and he's like practicing them and he happens to say them right near a recently deceased, I think it's recently, but maybe it's not recently, a deceased young woman. And she rises from the grave thinking they got married and they're together now. So that's the movie. Dead people left, right, and center. So it's actually super, super short. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, it's a stop motion, so usually a lot of the animated are
tend to
short,
be.
so.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing a rewatch. It's been so long, so
yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
It's a goodie. I love it. I still love it. I mean, it's still iconic. I see costumes for it still, and there's everything for it.
Yeah. I feel like people still ask to watch, like want to watch it, like are interested in watching it. So it'll be I think it'll be a fun watch no matter what. I'm just curious how I'm gonna enjoy it compared to in the past, where it was like I remember liking it, but not like being personality
like
changing, loving.
Yeah.
As some people.
I was always Team Emily, but we'll see. Now that I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Give Victoria her flowers, But
we'll see.
All right. So thank you for listening to How Do You Watch This? You can find us on Instagram at How Do You Watch This, or TikTok at How Do You Watch, and YouTube at How Do You Watch This. You can also email us at howdoyouwatchthis@gmail.com. If you like the show, support us by giving us a review or recommending to a friend. We'll see you for another musical.
What a joy.